Hey guys, welcome back to another video by SToby. So, in this video I'm going to be explaining how modular machinery works, because in our video we were using it and I want to do a guide on it. So, what the situation is you've come in your quest book and you've brought up modular machinery and you don't know how to use it. So, if you're gonna make a modular machine, because you need to for your mod pack, the first thing you need to do is you need to go into the machine controller from Modular Machinery in the quest book and then put the uses for that. Now this will bring up this menu, so you'll have whatever crafting recipes it's used in, and then the structure preview tab. Now this allows you to view what you're going to build in here. So now this is through JAI, so most mod packs have JAI, so you should be able to do this. But what this allows you to do is it allows you to preview all the items. This thing here is all the items you'll need for it. And this here will show you the layer by layer view. If you just click and click these, so that one is the 3D view, and then this one is the layer by layer. And then if you click that, and then you get this, and then if I just right click, if you see, it will project what it looks like onto the ground, so that when I grab all the ingredients for it, I can build it. Now the second thing you need to do before you build it is you'll have got all the ingredients, but you'll have noticed when you go into the structure preview, you'll have here, and you have multiple things there. So the energy, the input, the things that you must note are the item inputs, the item outputs, the fluid inputs, the fluid outputs, and the energy inputs. Now what you need to remember, note these for, is if I go into the uses of this, so let's look up this is what it's used in, and then you'll see, if you go into one of the things that it's used for making, and then you should have a tab with its recipe in, and then you can just click on that, and then that gives you all its recipes right there, and you can flick through them. Basically, what you've got to look in here for is you've got to look at, number one, the amount of items it will need. So the amount of item slots it will need, the amount of fluid it will hold, and the amount of energy it needs per tick. And what you've got to make sure is when you go into modular machinery, you use a big enough fluid input, item input, and energy input so that it can actually store all that stuff. Because that's how this works. It uses, it stores the items inside the inputs. This will be better if I show you, so I'm going to just start constructing this. Actually, no, I need to go into the Loom recipe again, because I actually need to see how big mine are. So if we have a look into here and recipes, so you'll see for this one, it usually needs 200 buckets of lava. This one can be empty, so this is I'm just going to use the smallest. I'm just going to use the basic recipes for this, and it needs 5,000. And then if I flick really quickly, it seems to cap out. Oh, there was a 10,000 there. So I need to go into item input. So it stays put. It only uses 5 items, so I can just use the reinforced one, which has 9 slots, and then I think that's there. No, it's not. And then you can use the fluid input, can just be the basic one, because this one does 4,000 millibuckets and it never gets higher than that. And finally, for the energy input, this needed 10,000, but if you look, this one's just 100,000, 5,000 per tick, which is fine. And that is, oh, and we need the output, which again can just be the most basic one, the item output. So I'm now going to come back when I fully constructed it. Alright, so I've got it constructed here. That's complete. So what you'll note is we have the power input. Now I'm just going to go over here and grab this. This is just infinite power. I'm going to plop that there. Now if you go into here, the machine controller now, you'll notice it says structure found, advanced alloy smelting factory. That's how you know that you built it right, because it will tell you that it's found that structure. Now, I'm just proving here that you don't need the blueprint. That's usually actually just a waste of materials, because it's just not necessary. It's right there. You can find the design in JAI, but if your mod pack doesn't have JAI, if I bring out a blueprint, if your mod pack doesn't have JAI, then you can just open up the blueprint like this, and this will bring up what I showed before. And so, if I show you, so now, you can see we've got the energy inputs, which I've just plonked the infinite energy there. That's where you plug it in. Now, for the recipe that we were going to do, we need, alright, let's just do, which recipe shall we use? Let's use the recipe for aluminum, because I can remember off the top of my head. So, lava. Now you'll notice the recipe needs lava, so we go into one of these and we put in the lava the recipe needs. And there you can see it's got the 1000 millibuckets of lava. And then if we go into here, it will say missing input item now. So we need glowstone, silver, and tin. Ingot. Oh goodness. There we go, tin. Alright, and then that all goes in the item input. You need to make sure the item input is big enough for crafting as we're doing, and then you'll see processing, and then if I go into here, we have the 2 aluminum ingots. So that's how you do modular machinery. That's everything with modular machinery, but what I wanted to show from that is to put the items in, it doesn't, well, number one, when you fully construct it, it won't change. This is how all the blocks look. It doesn't change, you have to check in here. And number two, it doesn't have any sort of input. It stores the items and fluids in these input hatches and these inputs, and then outputs them into the outputs, which is where they're stored. It's not like other machines which have, if I just grab this, where it has the actual storage and stuff inside this, it's just the hatches. And that's why modular machinery is different to other multi-blocks. But that's how you use modular machinery. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe if you found this tutorial useful.